Someone suggested using the tie line on the plug end as a strain relief. I'm not real fond of that. I find that trying to tie a knot here and use this as a strain relief actually is not a very effective strain relief. You have trouble getting a good strong knot. You can do that, but it's just not going to hold real strongly. I find they still have a lot of wiggle room no matter how tight I tie that knot. There are other ways of tying it. I'm sure someone's got a trick. But if you're having problems with your connectors coming apart, a strain relief with your tie line or tape is a good short-term solution, but you've got to solve the problem. The problem is your pins need spreading. The stage pins are often called SPG, and SPG does not stand for stage pin ground. It stands for split pin ground, and the pins have a split, and that's designed to be when they're split open at the appropriate length. They provide a good firm grip, and they won't come out. This cable needs to have all of its pins split. That's part of your routine maintenance on your cable. You have to do that regularly, and especially on your cables, because these things get thrown into bins, tossed on the ground. The pins get dinged up a lot more than the pins on the fixtures get dinged up. You need to get yourself a pin splitter. If you don't have a pin splitter as an electrician, you need to get one. If your shop doesn't have a couple pin splitters, your shop needs to get some, and you need to use them regularly. Don't go putting a pocket knife in there and trying to split the pins with a pocket knife. You're going to slip and cut yourself and hurt yourself. If you have need to do tie line as a strain relief because they're falling apart, that's a maintenance issue. You got to fix your maintenance issue. Also, if I use that tie line as a strain relief, then I don't have it to tie up to the batten. So then I have to use yet another piece of tie line to tie up to the batten. There are two methods that I've seen regularly for securing your plugs that you want to make sure they don't come undone. One is to tape it around like this. And then always at the end, fold yourself a courtesy tab so that when it comes time to strike it, you've got something to grab onto. And that's much more secure than the tie line as a strain relief. The other solution that I've seen done, it's not really my favorite, but some people have a preference for this, is to put one on this side. And one on this side. You have to do both sides if you do this for the most secure connection. Courtesy tab always. That way, at strike time, it's real easy to bam, bam, and you're ready to go. I know I did a really lousy job explaining and demonstrating a possible strain relief with your tie line. I tried to do something like that. You probably need to bring both your lines over from the same area and tie it around like this. Or wrap them both around, hope that it stays there. But even so, even if I do a wrap around that and tie it, I mean, it's still possible for that to come off and that to come off, no matter how you do it. I don't think it's a very successful, positive, easy to learn and easy to succeed at way of strain relief. See, it's too easy to move around. The tie line stretches, the tie line moves around. It's just not as secure as your tape method. If someone knows a better way to do this and make it secure, please show us and demonstrate. It doesn't look like a very secure way to me. And as far as learning curve, if this is difficult to get very, very tight and has a lot of potential for failure, you're going to only have success with this, maybe yourself and a handful of people that are able to do it, but a lot of your crew that have less attention to detail are going to have a tougher time learning and succeeding with this method. Whereas the tape methods, the two tape methods, are a whole lot easier to succeed at with a lower skill set and a lower attention to detail. I really don't think this is a fabulous solution for a strain relief. The other potential issue is if your jacket here isn't fully inserted into the strain relief of the plug, if it's exposed at all, then your knot is going to put pressure on the wires inside the cable as opposed to on the outer jacket, and that's going to stress things out. It's a little bit of less of an issue with the common size and shape of most of our stage pin connectors. Back when union connectors were the most common type and we were using them, them, they were these short little connectors, which had a really, really tiny window, a really small tolerance for strain relief. And then your ground had to be like super short, and your hot and neutral had to be turned on the side with little right angle flags. If you made your tails too long, then your strain relief was not applying any pressure onto the jacket. And even if you made your tails just a little too long, your strain relief would eventually pull out of the connector over time. Does anyone still use union connectors? Is anyone still using and maintaining union connectors out there? Because I haven't seen them in a long time. I see some in our shop storage in old supplies, but I don't actually see them in use. If you're still using union connectors and still maintaining them, let us know. The other option for strain relief, a lot of these pins are coming with these holes, and you can actually shove a hard solid wire like a THHN type of wire through there, and you can wire them together. That would be a better strain relief option than using your tie line. Remember, your tie line as a strain relief is indicative of a bigger problem. The bigger problem being that you aren't maintaining your pins. Again, this slides in and out way too easy. It's supposed to be a nice snug fit, and it's not supposed to just pull out like that so easily. If you aren't maintaining your pins, if your pins are getting compressed and they're not making good contact in there, then what's happening is over time, there's a lot of little arcing and shorting going out inside. And over time, that arcing will melt your connectors and cause you to have to repair them and replace them more often. In a worst case scenario, that arcing could potentially start a fire. By not maintaining your pins, by not maintaining your cable, by not using the pin splitter to split those pins apart and spread them, you are putting your cable and your venue and your system at risk for failure through short circuiting and bad connection. Don't use any of these strain release options as a way to avoid doing your maintenance on your stage pins. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with more technical theater content.